I miss these cards almost as much as I miss Sour Altoids. And that's saying something.
Treat me like a pirate and give me that booty. Treat me like a
What's up, my Nimrods? It's Gage, and today I'm just going to talk about two cards that I miss so dearly that just don't see play anymore, and that's Tragoedia and Gorz, Emissary of Darkness. These were two cards that were released a very long time ago, at least in retrospect to today, but they had a huge impact onto the meta at one point, to the point where they were both on the Forbidden and Limited list at the same time, at a certain time. And if we look at the cards now, it just kind of is surprising that it was like that. That's just kind of something I want to talk about today, and how the game's really evolved and kind of stepped away from battle traps in general. And it's just really upsetting for me because I thought these cards were really critical in making a very fun format, which was Chaos Dragon format. A lot of people might not think this format was as enjoyable as I make it out to be. I think it was a little bit more enjoyable because there was a lot of different levels of thought for the game that we really don't see today. Like, for example, attacking in sequential order from lowest to highest to play around Gorz, so you don't just fall into a big-ass token, or even using the mechanic of missing the timing, which I posted a whole video about, using that mechanic to your advantage to work around Light Pulsar Dragon. These were all really key things in working around the Chaos Dragon format, and that's when Tragoedia and Gorz actually saw, I think, the peak of their play. So let's talk about Tragoedia and Gorz, and let's talk about battle traps in general. First, let's kind of talk about Tragoedia and Gorz if you guys don't know what they do. Tragoedia is a level 10 Fiend effect monster with Mystery Attack, and it's when you take battle damage, you special summon it from your hand. It gains 600 attack and defense for each card in your hand, and then once per turn, you can send one monster from your hand to the graveyard, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls with the same level that was the one is sent. Take control of it. Once per turn, you can target one monster in your graveyard, and this card level becomes the same as that target's until the end of the turn. Lots of text on this card, but simply it was a hand trap where if your opponent battles, you special summon it from your hand, and depending on how many cards are in your hand is how beefy it is. This card was also extremely cool for the fact where you could take your opponent's Light Pulsar Dragon by pitching your own Light Pulsar Dragon, then copying the level, making a rank 6 with it, which would pretty much mitigate the fact that your opponent would get a float. That was really huge in the format back then. And then also Light Pulsar has an effect in graveyard, so the one that you pitched, you could also get back by certain means. Really cool card, really key card. It was actually at 2 at the time, I believe. And then we also have its brethren card, which is Gorz, the Emissary of Darkness, which is a level 7 Fiend Dark, 2700 attack, 2500 defense, which was actually quite big at the time. This was bigger than Light Pulsar Dragon, however smaller than the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Its effect was when you take damage from a card your opponent controls, you special summon it from your hand, and then you must control no cards to activate it, like none at all. If you were summoned by taking damage, if you took battle damage, you would special summon a token that was equal to the amount of damage you took. And if it was effect damage, you just inflict it back at your opponent. This card was really cool in Dragon Water format for the mind games that you could play on your opponent. And you really don't hear that as much now in the game, mind games, but it was huge back then in Dragon Water format. For example, if I don't really have a play I can make, sometimes the best play would just be to actually leave my field completely clean. Don't set any back row, nothing. Judgment was still legal, but people wouldn't set it because they would bluff the fact that they had a Gorz in their hand. And if your opponent can't put game on board by attacking in sequential order, they just probably wouldn't even attack during that battle phase because they would give you a 2700 plus a max attack token to just trade with whatever monster they put out. It was huge back then to play around Gorz. It was a constant reminder, and it really separated the good and the bad players. I believe this card was also at 2 at the time. Maybe it was at 1, don't quote me. But now let's zoom forward to today's metagame. We don't see these cards at all, and I think that's a shocker because I absolutely adore these cards, both of them. Tragoedia just seems to kind of fall short this format, as its effect to steal and copy things only works with level monsters, which I guess copying a level in your graveyard is not bad because you can use it for Exceed material. But now we're in Link Age, and as soon as XYZs became a thing, ranks are now the way to go. So stealing monsters isn't really going to happen as often as you'd like with Tragoedia. So most of the time you're just getting maybe at least a 3k beat stick, 2400 beat stick, depending on how many cards you have in your hand. And for a card that could just get instantly popped from a Dryden or something, it's pretty much irrelevant. It's a waste of a spot in the deck. And looking at Gorz, leaving your field open is just asking to get pummeled because making OTKs is so simple now. It's pretty much always going to happen. Also, I hope this isn't a problem for long, but Dryden can just pop it as soon as you summon it. So you can continue your battle phase diddly-da and just finish them off. Like Gorz was never never even there. So these cards really obviously haven't aged well, and that's kind of upsetting. But it's not more the fact that I miss the cards themselves, even though I do. I love these cards, but I miss kind of the mind games and the legacy it brought with them. Playing around a Gorz, playing around a Tragoedia. These were levels of thought in the game that had to be added because these cards were so powerful, but not even so powerful. They were actually, you could balance them by playing around them. And I really, really hope eventually we get some kind of cards back into the game that really bring back this additional level of thought. I actually think one of them is going to be the new trap card. I'll throw a picture up of it. I don't exactly remember the name, but it's one like it's Exciton Night during the end of the battle phase. I think that's the first step forward we've had in quite a while for mind game cards. I'm extremely excited for this card being released, if I knew the name. Yeah, I'm the biggest fanatic of the card. I don't even know the fucking name of the card. Jesus. I think this card's going to be an absolute game changer. I hope this card's going to be an absolute game changer because I really, really miss the legacy, the mind games that Gorz and Tragoedia brought, and I believe this card could really rebirth that. So I really hope that happens. Let me know what you guys think of Gorz and Tragoedia. Do you guys have fond memories of them? Or you can tell me to, eat a dick.
That's all, folks.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you guys liked the video, be sure to like the video, thumbs up the video, how much best you enjoy the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. Hit that notification bell. If you want to watch my subpar content as soon as it releases, it's the best time to watch it. Pack winner, that's you. Shoot me a private message if you live in the US. If you don't live in the US, do not shoot me a private message. I cannot ship your pack overseas. It's not cost efficient. I'm sorry. I got some questions of when I'm going to ship out these packs, and I know some people have been waiting months for them. I'm going to fill up an entire box worth of, what is the word I'm looking for? People winning packs, and then I'm going to go ship them all out at one time. So people that have been waiting, please be patient. Once I get 24, I'll ship them all out. That being said, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching. Nim Nim signing out.